find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. Going with the gut, never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet, hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down, we gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word, I know what's up, you can have it all. Watch me whip it up, I'll admit it, you got me feeling hella love. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I won't stop charging, you go and come harder. I can see you and I, way beyond the stars, girl. I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl,
Hey.
so I can only say that it feels right.
Yeah, take a break. We can talk a bit about Bitcoin. This here was a really nasty move. We were in a long from here. Took profit here. And we just moved our stop loss, luckily here, to this point. Because he had a reaction at this yellow box was expected, so I decided to move the stop loss to entry, took profits, I think right at the top. Yeah, some dollars of 8,040, I think. Yeah, we took profit, then this happens. It was risky, but we wanted to play the CME gap, but lately CME gap was just a trap for now. We had this a couple of times that CME gap just not get filled and then bounced here also. It just looked like it wants to fill and then it didn't fill and moved to the other direction. And here, the same. We went up, and everyone was expected that we fill this huge gap that everyone has on the chart now. At some point, we maybe will fill this, but it has not to be right now. So it can go days, weeks, months, or even years. But Bitcoin has to hold here, otherwise it's not looking good. I think I outlined this on the Bitstamp chart. And you check out this here. You see here, this line which held support for over 5 years. This line held as support here, 2015, 16, 17, and then when we had the sell-off we came right back to this line in 19. We bounced off it, came back down just before New Year, and we bounced. But the problem right now, we are at this line again, and I'm not sure what happens when we break it. This is really, really scary. Buyers have to step in now, otherwise it's not looking good. But yeah, this line can hold like until the halving, which is somewhere in May. I'm not sure when, but it just, I think at the mid or end of May is the halving, and it's the time where these two lines cross. So something will happen here. When we hold this line, when we break it and just go down. So maybe we came up here, back test it, and then continue down. It just has to hold. And the momentum is clearly to the downside. Yeah, we are clearly oversold and there are divergences, but we have to wait and see. I'm not opening a new position right now. Even when this here, it's looking not bad now. We had this huge sell-off on Bitcoin, but we are right above the VWAP again. So I just scalp with this chart. That's enough for now. Not thinking of a large position or long time frame. Just scalp until there is a clear direction. I still have the feeling that we test it somewhere at some point, but we can even go low, down, or even fake out, come back up and test this line here. The scalping is manual. Yeah, with the scalping you can't. It is not possible to automate this stuff here. You can make alerts when it's over VWAP, but it is so many things that have to line up to scalp. So I made a video for our VIPs how to use this chart. That's what I use every day, and I cash in every day some profits. But sometimes you just have to enter, for example, here along, and then when you see it's falling, so you close it. You have to be fast, you can't just let it ride out. But I like it, so I made a video about this, and I hope they can use it. And I will do a follow-up video for sure. Yeah, there are some, when you trade this low time frame, you have to be patient. You can't just enter somewhere like here and hoping it's going up. The indicators have to line up, and you can take risk. Yes, for example, here you can take the risk, but when it goes out, you have to close it. But when it plays out, it's really lucrative. I made like, I gained like 20 or 30% of my account just for, I'm not sure, this scalp here or something, I'm not sure. I really like it, yeah. And there's, especially on the lower time frame, when you see something like this, there is a huge volume coming in, it's kicking in red volume here, and there is just it is a movement, but it's not that huge that you expect with this large volume. We should have been here or here. Just the price should be much lower. And when you see something like this, and you see, okay, there was a red volume, a huge red volume compared to the other ones, but there was literally no movement, so maybe price goes to the other direction, and it did. Not that much, but it did. But I think some day or weeks ago I outlined some really good stuff where you have really small candles with a big volume spike, and just after the candle it immediately moved. That was really nice. I tried to find it, but it was days or weeks ago. Yeah, for example, you can take this one here also. As you see here, there's a huge volume bar compared to the other one, but it was not that much movement. Then it changed direction. But they were better examples with really small candles but big volume spikes, and that is worth taking the risk. And as you see here is a legit candle. It is huge and the volume spike is also huge, so we continue down. I should have taken a screenshot here for this board. Yeah, anyway. But we had something like this, and let's see what will happen now. We had something like this. It is still a huge candle compared to the other ones, but the volume is even much bigger, and you see what happens here? So there was a big sell pressure, buy pressure going on here, but price didn't move. And look what happens now at the Vivo. So maybe worth taking a long up to this line. That's what I did. I entered here at this candle, and yeah, I will sell when we come back and do sweep up. But for now it's worth. But I will outline all this stuff in a video then. But nice that we have something like this in stream, and that we can look at live this possible bounce. We are still in a downtrend, so maybe just forming a new lower high compared to these two highs here, maybe somewhere here, or we can change direction at any time. But I'm prepared to sell here. Some dollars below this line. I not aim for the. I just take some $1 or $2. It's enough for me because I go in like in cross, and I use a large amount. Then sometimes I use 20 or 30% of my portfolio in cross. So you really have to know what you're doing there, otherwise it ruins everything for you. And at times like this, where you're not sure what happens next, can go to other direction. You want to trade. That's what I do. I made some kind of same setup for Bitcoin, but I never use it. I prefer to trade ETH because Bitcoin has as this wicks up to the VWAP and wicks down, etc. I really don't like it. I prefer ETH compared to Bitcoin and compared to ETH Bitcoin. So you have a double chance that it gains momentum. One for Bitcoin, and when ETH Bitcoin pumps, we have here also possibility to boost. So we're scalping, nothing better than ETH right now. This can change, but in the past weeks it was really good. And just with these small movements, you can do a lot of gains. Yeah, we formed here a really bullish candle again, so bounce can be still in. Just this one looks terrible, but we will see. The daily close matters, and we have to hold this line. I'm prepared for a bear market back down to 3k or even lower, but I'm not sure if all prepared for something like this. Yeah, you can search just hashtags called video in the day trading channel, and then you find the video. It really starts bouncing here. It's good, yeah, but daily close matter, or even the weekly close. Let's check out the weekly. Yeah, I really think we will coil up somewhere here, this area. So maybe ups, downs, bounce this line, check this line, then at the halving where these two lines cross, explosion, up or down, and it can still be a fake out. This Bitcoin, so most of the breakouts are fake outs. I think there was I saw once a number like only 20 or 30% of the breakouts are real breakouts, the rest is fake out. So there's a 70% chance that it will be a fake out when we go break out to the upside or to the downside. But yeah, overall, especially with this rejection, this hard rejection down, I'm still leaning bearish here because it's higher low, lower high, and lower high. We made higher highs, yes, but it is really huge, 20k, and when we break how we even made target would be much higher. But there is a chance that we bounce here, break out here on the halving. Maybe after the halving we come back to this line here, back tested it, so we can go higher. But for a really bullish scenario right now, we had to form here a higher high, but we didn't. We went higher here, from this, but I don't think you can call this a high. Especially it was the China pump and dump. So I think these 4 weeks of trading you can just ignore it, and just when we were here and that this China pump and dump never happened, we maybe came back down here anyway, so you can just ignore these candles. So you have the higher low but the lower high. So there is a bearish trend going with a trend line which had support for years, but at some point we will break it, and not here, maybe up here when we go this high. And we broke it down here also. These were daily candles that closed under the line, and it was just a fake out. We came back here, so something like this can happen anytime. It's Bitcoin. But opening now a position is just too risky. We made our long, cashed in profits, that's enough for today. And otherwise we have our bots. They don't need emotion or TR or whatever, they have the algorithm and it's working perfect. Bybit pot 74% at BitMEX. 36. I have to keep an eye on this because I'm in a trade to try to sell up here. And when we go up here and maybe start bouncing from the red line, if we break it, I will add to my position and just write it up to, I think this is R1, and maybe let the rest ride to R2. But it's too early to tell. We have this bounce, that's good. We nearly are back on the breakout point, so let's see if we got rejected and this is just a back test, or this was just a fake down, this whole move.
History, yeah, yeah. And when you're alone, do you say my name or you say her name? Yeah. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. Look at this. Look at this move up. Strange. This huge volume spike on the 5 minute with this low. And now we bounced. Textbook. I will do a video about this stuff, but it's just easy. It's just the candles that are low and the huge volume spike continue to the other direction. It happens so often. I just want to set up the stream and I saw this and then I saw, okay, maybe worth a long, entered here. And already 50% profit, and I will take profit if it comes down. Maybe we just backtest this line here. We were unable to break it, was just a fake out here. But when we consolidate here above this line, so there are possible higher targets in the card. But I'm still happy that we closed our long. It still is a bit too risky even with the gap above us. We're just reaching heavy resistance here. So we traded it up here. It's okay. And maybe thinking of shorting here or here. Depends. We can even spike up here. Take the stops. Right now here are the most stops. So we maybe get the liquidity and down. Yeah, here on the scalping I use the EMAs, but mostly the VWAP and the pivots. These are just indicators from trading and I really like. And here back on the right side is the SR, parabolic SAR. Types to keep on stop loss, yellow point, and the DMI without ADX. Usually there's ADX also, but I just use it to see the momentum. And you see the blue line crosses the red to the upside, it's maybe an up momentum. And then here just a stochastic to spot divergences. And I use this stoch diff because it just shows me if there is a divergency like here. Bullish divergency, up. Here, bullish divergency, up. The same for the other direction. Like here, bearish. Yeah, we had some moments later before we come down. Strange move up. Everything here was so strange. But let's see what happens next. Possible double bottom here for lower time frames. You're welcome. Here Bitcoin I use also the EMA's pivots VWAP. EMI here. Awesome oscillator for the momentum, stochastic. And here I use Market Cipher, the free version from TradingView. Actually it's from CryptoFace. Where it's by sell indicator and the FOMO momentum scalper. That's for the BTC scalper, but as I said I only use the ETH scalper. And this is just a setup. Maybe I will test it and try to trade it but for now, doing good profits with the Eve Scalper and keep that running until it doesn't work anymore. Was so funny today that Bybit cashed in the Eve trade here. It was underwater and so close to the stop loss. I really thought that it will hit stop loss for sure. I was 100% sure. But that this happened and it cashed in profit. Nice. Yeah, we hit stop loss on the Bitcoin. But whatever. There will be stop loss, as you can see. It's just we backtested it months and it works really good. And after release it works again really good, but like something like this can happen anytime, so be prepared. Can check out some odds. Basically just does the same as Bitcoin. See if we can come back here. We're forming lower highs here. Possible forming a bear flag. Continue down. On ADA, ADA we are now clear in the lower channel again. This is up. We were here for like half a year. Finally broke out. Fake out in the upper channel. Came back down to this channel. Bounced and just down, and we are now right at the beginning. Ugly. Bitcoin Cash. It's still in the upper channel here. This line has to hold, otherwise something like ADA happened here back down this channel. Check. EOS. Oh, also down in the channel here. Not looking good. Yeah, that's okay, but it can hit a third time, a fourth time. But when I want to add more money to the bots, I just wait for the stop loss, so the chances are lower that it will hit a next stop loss. It's just the statistics, but nobody guarantees you that. It can still be hitting stop loss after stop loss. But when something like this happens, I will stop the bots and calculate everything new. Don't worry. And Litecoin is holding 6182, but it tries really hard to gain back this area. Can still be a retest, but this would be the perfect when we hold this perfect long, maybe up to this. But right now it's just trying so hard to get above here. I don't think it will. Depends on what Bitcoin is doing. Tron. Again, back to the blue line. I don't like to trade Tron, but it's not looking that bad. According when this trend line holds, we formed here a possible double bottom. Faked out down here, and now on the way up. So possible long, but I don't trade. And XRP still waiting for this area to enter along in the next quartal in BitMEX. Right now it's, I think they will open the contract somewhere here, 16 or 17 of March. I hope we can come back down here to this area, then we enter a long-term trade here, low leverage, hoping for a bounce. If still with this, if Bitcoin still had lower highs here on this, it really had to hold this red line, but it didn't. So back in the channel. Let's check out the daily here. Yeah, this red line is key for ETH Bitcoin. But right now, when you just zoom out and see lower highs after lower highs after the next lower high here. Bad. The CME gap, the huge CME gap above us. Maybe we will just nick it like we did here on the downside. We maybe just do this. Let's check out the total. Oh, not good. 618. This area, I think, will tell us if the alt's in an alt season or not. Right here, we were in an alt season. Here not, because we will go down and lost this line. But here was a little alt season again. But right now we are back at this line and under it. We try to reach to claim it back, but as you can see, we tried it here and here and we lost it anyway, and even here. Here on the daily and on the weekly, we have to wait and see if we can come back here. But this should be textbook. We break, backtest this 618 and then up. And the weekly just it's not looking bad here if we can hold here. Maybe we do sideways for some reason. And when we gain this line back, maybe we were able to go high and possibly have a new old season. We lost this hour here, so there's some bearish momentum. Lower time. These are all just 5 minutes short, so there are buyers here. So maybe up test to this line and possible here break. Yeah, our first stop loss was a bit lower. I expected if we go a bit lower and I was so we longed here and I was prepared for even maybe go down here, grab this liquidity again and then bounce. I wasn't expecting a bounce right now after just 2 lows here, just this week and then the bounce. So I was prepared for even lower prices. Our stop loss was somewhere here, I think, but we bounced up and took profits, and that's okay. They opened 2 longs after the fake out, so they opened here. Yeah. Breakout trading can be dangerous, and it is dangerous. Especially for a signal group. So we did it. We did it on Bitcoin Cash, and it went well, but it was still risky. If you do breakout trading on a signal, it is really because most of us, they use Cornix, but there are still some people that are just use it manually, and they will enter later and maybe get even a bigger loss when the breakout doesn't happen, and it is just a fake out. As I said, just 20 or 30% of the breakouts are legit, the rest are fake outs. And we longed here, I think. I said it for months. I talked about this Bitcoin Cash trade for so long. When we were down here, let's wait until the chart is loading. When we were down here for half a year and we tried to reach this line, and I was not sure about here. We have 2 tries and then a fake out, so I was sure there is a down, but I'm not expecting that much down. And I said here on the way down, on the next try up, we will enter even a breakout trade. So we went in here, were some percentage lower, and then boom, sold it right at the wick here, up there. All our contracts closed trade, huge profit, and let it ride out. But I don't like to trade the breakout on our group. Exactly, no emotions. That's just when you see green, take profits. That's everything that you have to do. Don't wait until we close it or someone else closes. Or yeah, it's really important. Let's say when you're in a long, that you sell on a green candle and not when it's coming down, and just close it when you have to close it. Choose where you close it. So when it goes up, why not taking profits here? Or when you're in a short right here, yeah, of course it can go lower, but when you see something like this huge sell-off, take profits here on the way down, even here, and don't wait until something like this happens. So when we are in a short and it comes down and you wait until it takes a green candle, you see this and say, okay, this is not that much a big candle and not that bullish, so maybe just wait. It opens, it goes down further, you say, okay, good that I stayed in the trade. And then it bounced up, bounced further up, and you have to close it somewhere here. And you miss these gains here, just because you react to the price and not choose when you close it. And you miss a lot of profits here, and that's not good. Yeah, usually we move the stop loss when take profit 2 is reached, but for today I decided to do it at break even on the entry after take profit 1, and we will see if this was a good decision or not, because we would still be in a long. But as I said, I'm happy with it. We took the long here, up, down, closed it on the wick here, really on the top of the wick, right here. And then down, hit our stop loss at break even, so okay. And when we stay in a trade, so maybe it can still go higher, yes, but the risk is now a bit more. So it would be sad if we take our take profit here and then it goes down and hit our stop loss and we have a losing trade. Better do small winning trades and don't bet on just a huge move right now, because right now it's not the time to think of something big like this. It's now a decision point, if we go up or down. And when we will go up, I think I'm looking to short somewhere here or here. Low leverage, stop loss somewhere here. Because yeah, the trend is still down. You can, even when we bounce here up close to CME gap, I think the trend is still down. And this move, I talked a lot about this stuff here when we were in, that we built no support, no back down or retest or something. We had a little retest here, yes, but this move was just greedy. And now we got the ticket for that, because we did build support. And when we came down, we had no reaction at this area here. We just went down to the next area here, bounced, so we had a little reaction here, but then even go lower and are now here. So the next logic support would be this. But when we reach this, I'm not sure what happened. We lose our trend line, which held support for 5 years. So I'm a bit scared. I like shorting, yeah. In the past I was more of a bear than a bull. But even for me, it's when we lose this line, it's sad to see. But then crypto has real trouble. Everything will just crash. All the alts and Bitcoin, and it will get a hard time to come back up. So better hope this line holds.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed to be alive? Break the chains and our freedom's ours at stake. Chase a light when the world is getting darker. I ever dreamed where love's the only side. So take my hand, join the army of the
Stream the whole team. Yeah, sorry, I was muted. So that's why we choose me as the whole team, as a Spock, single point of contact. So everything goes over me. So we have a controlling there. So I'm the only contact point, so nothing shady or whatever can happen. It's all in my control, and that's okay. So I'm reaching out to the public, and that was our deal. Yes, exactly. Spitze des Eisbergs. That sounds good. Yeah, in business you say them SPOC, single point of contact, but it's the same. So let's see if we can reach this line. We have a rat here on ETH-BTC. Not sure. If we lose VWAP, I will close my position here also. If we come down here, I will close it also for 20% profit. It's enough. I don't want to stay in a longer position, right? Not when something like this happens. Everything is no risk. It's risky to short, it's risky to long. Okay, XRP Bitcoin reached the 200 EMA, so not bad. Let's check. Yeah, I can see us going up. Maybe backtest this line here, or this change of the cloud. But here on the 4 hour you see a big red cloud, and we just got 2 rejection here. So on the lower time frames here it's going down, but the higher there's a possibility that we go up. So let's see if we can fix this line. But it's too risky, right? I'm not doing a trade. I wait for the next contract for a low leverage position for 3 months. Because XRP is our lucky coin. Every time we touch it in posterior we made profit. And I don't want to change it, so I'm not risking a long here. Okay, we have ETH Bitcoin is fighting the VWAP here and the 200 EMA. This should be strong support because we have 2 lines, so maybe this is just a fake out and we go up. No reaction on ETH USD so far. It's just the same as Bitcoin does. But as soon as we see green here, we will see for sure up. Yeah, not sure. 5-minute close seconds. And also on every support we have, when it's tested so too much, at some point it just goes. But we had our fake out here. This should gain us momentum, but we were just not able to bounce right. So a down from here again, I'm not sure we can hold it then. It's like any other trend line. The more often you test it, the support, the weaker it gets. And now ETH is reacting to it. If you have a bearish divergency. Right now only Bitcoin can save the ETH here. Or when we crawl back. So it tries. Bitcoin is still on the up. Let's check the time frames. If you maybe we build up a channel here where we do sideways. If this was just a fake out, so like this, before going up or down. Next minutes would show us this. If we were able to consolidate here above this line. Let's see if SAR changes. As soon as we reach this point, the yellow points become here and act as support, or you can just move then your stop loss if you want. Sometimes I do it like when you have something like this, you enter a long, just hit move it when you're not able to watch the chart. But yeah, I think that's it for now. Wish you all a good night, and I'm back in the channel. I will be online until the day it closes. Have a good night. Bye.